Alright, yo, this is my first video on Arabic calligraphy tutorials, but that's not too relevant. All you need to know is that I am a professional. I've been doing this for years now. Let's get some basics, right? So today we're gonna learn how to turn this into this using watercolor only. You have to understand there's two different coloring method. We have watercolor and then we have acrylic. This is the result you're gonna expect from watercolor, and this is the result you're gonna expect from acrylic. So as you can see, a big difference in the colors and tone, right? This is more like a professional. This is what I prefer, but we're gonna do this later videos, right? Today we're just gonna focus on watercolor. Let me show you more, just to prove a point that I know what I'm talking about and I'm not just a random guy. Here's another one. I drew this like 2 years ago, right? Obviously my skills got way better from. Here's another one. This is unfinished, but I'm gonna show you more pictures. Ready? This is my previous ones. I sold most of them, right, for $200 each. Let's go. Let's get that out of the way and let's just start. I drew this beforehand starting the video. Today we're not gonna learn how to draw it. That's for another video. Today we're just gonna focus on how do we paint this, okay? So first, what you need is watercolor, of course. It doesn't matter which brand, whatever. Just grab a couple of watercolors, and you need a bowl of water. It doesn't matter where you get it. If you're sitting there scratching your head, why we need a water? I don't know what to tell you. Open up your new tab, search up watercolor basics. So here we are, and you of course need a palette. Now, you don't need all these paint brushes, all right? All you need is a couple of paint brushes, and let me show you which one specifically you need. You need one of these, so we can like get the water and spread it out, because this is watercolor, so we have to work with a lot of water. And as for paint brushes, you obviously need that, and you need one of these, okay? You need a big one, and you need a really small one. This is gonna come handy, extremely handy when we're doing shadowing techniques. And you need a medium one, and just grab another one if you want, just in case. So we're done with that. This is all you need: water, paper with your calligraphy, of course, colors, and then paint brushes. Big one, and then a couple of medium and really tiny ones. So let's get started. Before you even start painting, this should be common sense, but I'm gonna still say it. You have to first imagine, how do you want this to be, all right? So we need to first choose, what colors do I want? So for this one, I'm gonna go with red. I'm gonna go with a little bit of green, and I'm gonna go with this Persian blue, right? And then yeah, gold would be nice because the text. Okay, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. First, we're gonna mix up the colors. All right, now you just want to get water and then start mixing them up. So after you have your color, what you want to do is you want to take the big fat brush, right? And we want to dip it in the water, and we want to just spread it out all over the paper. This is very important. Now don't put too much, just put enough. So once you put your watercolor in it, the color is going to spread. So now you're going to take your big brush, all right? So what you want to do is just pick color, right? So let's say we want red over here, so we're just gonna do this, just like spread it out. And then now let's say we want blue. We're just gonna take blue and we're just gonna damp it over here. Be very careful, right? Don't put too much near the text because you want the text to be lighter. Alright, so we're just gonna take yellow now, and then we're just gonna put it over here. And we are pretty much done with the first wash. All right, the thing with painting is you have to be very patient about it, right? You cannot just finish everything at once. So all right, so we're done with the first phase, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let it dry. Okay, all right, so mine's is dry. So you're probably sitting there and thinking, well, why does it look so light and washed away? Well, that's because what the first step does is it gives the colors of the text, okay? Not necessarily the background, it just gives the color of the text. So now what we want to do is, there's also a very crucial step, right? What I want you to do is I want you to get your medium-sized brush. You're gonna get your medium-sized brush, and I want you to follow this painting. I'm actually gonna zoom in so you can better understand what I mean. All right, so as you're seeing, right, this part of the text, this area is just yellow. This part is green. this part is red. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from over here, right? And we're just gonna get our paint, right? And we'll go get yellow and we'll start painting over here. Start filling. Just like that. See that? When we do that, we're separating the text from the background. And now it creates this illusion that the background light is reflecting onto the text, right? And just to show you, right? So over here, it's just red. So, and just to show you, right? So this part over here, it's completely green, right? So we're just gonna get our brush and we're gonna start painting green over here. Alright, now this is a very important step over here. You might be thinking, well, there are different colors. Over here it's green and over here it's yellow. So what do you do? So what you want to do is you want to start soft, right? You don't want to go full color mode. You just want to fade it away, just like this, right? You're gonna get a little bit of water, so like that, and then just fade it in, because we're gonna use yellow here and we don't want green to be here, right? So you see that? You just kind of fade it away. And we're gonna go get more yellow over here just to show you the process. So over here, and then start painting over here in, and then just go in like this, right? And then just fade them in. Boom. See that? See that? That's how they blend in with each other. Okay, this part is actually done now. So we have the text color lightly and then we have the background color lightly. Now it might look a little bad because it's missing something very important. Shadowing. That's what's gonna give it the 3D effect. So let's mix up black and then let's get to work. Okay. For the shadowing, this is where you want to use your smallest brush possible, okay? Because we want to have full control over it. We don't want to put too much black because the color black is actually very strong. If you overuse it, you can mess it up. And that's what I was saying. It's even worse if we're doing watercolor, because once you make a mistake, it's very hard to go back. Unlike acrylic, you can just wipe it off, or like you can put white and restart that area. So we have to be very careful, right? Well then, here you have it. The painting is done, but obviously it's nowhere near as close as the beauty of acrylic, right? So next time we're actually gonna paint a acrylic painting. This is probably the last time you're gonna see me. I'm not gonna do watercolor painting anymore because I just don't like them, right? Even though it's much quicker, like I finished this in 2 hours. Acrylic ones takes days, but at least the results are much better. So I'm actually gonna post another video. I'm actually gonna redraw this painting. Now you might ask, why do it again? Because didn't you already do it? Well, because I actually kind of missed that painting. I sold it for a lot of money like a long time ago, and I realized how much I actually liked it, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to paint it again, and I'm gonna make a tutorial about it. Here's how the video is gonna be. I'm gonna make 2 videos about it. First, I'm gonna show you the composition on how I actually draw these, how the text looks so perfect. Then second part of the video, another video, it'll be about just the painting process, right? So subscribe to like stay in check, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it.